Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, as usual, because we have different partners from different corners of our beautiful planet. That's why I'm saying good time of the day instead of just saying good morning or just saying good afternoon. And today we are broadcasting this webinar in English because English is, after all, the most spoken, I guess, language in the world. Well, probably the most spoken is Chinese, like number-wise, but I guess in many countries, people do speak English or understand English, and hence our webinar today is in English. And allow me to welcome you to our today's webinar, which is called RPGC Fast Track Your Journey to Success. It's product presentation and MLCI business training. And today, as the title says, we're going to have first the presentation of a new, well, relatively new, but quite promising product, RPGC. It's RedPad Games Coin. And we are going also to have a training session on our innovative business model, MLCI, that will allow you to use this product and other products on our marketplace, Coinset, to build your business. And thank you for coming to our event on Saturday. On the one hand, we realize it's a day off. Some people would prefer just sitting on their couch doing nothing. But on the other hand, on Saturdays, you don't have to be at work and watch our webinar. You can watch our webinar from the comfort of your home or wherever you prefer spending your weekends. And nobody will be bothering you. You're not going to be distracted, and you can take in all the information that we will give you today. And I'm pretty sure you won't regret spending this time with us, because this webinar might be your first step towards becoming either a crypto investor, if you aren't a crypto investor yet, or a multi-business professional, if you are not an MLM professional yet, or you can become both. It's like a win-win. Let's go to the next slide. And first, allow me to introduce myself. As you can see, my name is Denis Pugac, and I am the spokesperson on behalf of Coinset, our platform, for the project that I'm going to present to you today, RPGC. I'm also one of the interpreters at our company. You probably heard my voice during the numerous webinars that were translated into English and other languages, and I'm the one who is translating into Russian and English. And I have been translating for our company for the last 4 years. And I'm also combining this job with the position of the head of the interpretation department at our company. I manage a team of translators because many of our webinars, except this one today, are broadcast into different languages. Usually we have like English, Russian, Italian, Spanish, Hindi, and others, but we will come back to the languages that our community speaks. And when we have our webinars broadcast in different languages, of course, it requires arranging simultaneous interpretation. And this is where I come into play, of course, not by myself. I work with a whole team of fellow translators, but also there are technicians, moderators, administrators, designers who help us prepare and conduct such events. So please, a big shout out and thanks to all those people. Let's give them our warm I don't know, thanks and hearts in the chat, please. I'm also a private investor, and I always tell people not to be intimidated by the word investor, because you don't really have to be a highly trained professional or a stock exchange broker to call yourself an investor. Well, those people are investors too, but they are a completely different breed, a completely different beast. They are like top-notch, elite kind of investors. But if you just own shares, bonds, or exchange traded funds, or mutual funds, or crypto, then congratulations, you're an investor too, by definition. And surely investing requires a little bit of specific knowledge, but mainly it requires discipline and patience. Just you have to be patient. If you are sure of the instrument that you are investing and that instrument is not showing a currently good trend in the market, just wait it out. Wait out the storm, wait out the probable fall in the temporary fall in the price, and eventually it will even out and it will go skyrocket. Of course, if you did your due diligence and you're 100% sure that this is the instrument to go for. In other words, you don't have to be discouraged by temporary drawbacks. And that applies to everything in our life. Sometimes we do come across obstacles, and losers, they just take obstacles as something, as a warning sign that they interpret as a sign to turn back and let it go. Whereas winners, they move forward, they overcome the obstacle, and they are ready to face another one because there is always a higher mountain to climb. And my journey as a private investor started just only 4 years ago, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. It started here when I started working at this company. So what happened, I translated during numerous training courses on financial investment literacy held by our company. And I do invite you to attend those courses, or you just have to wait until our company will conduct the next one. But I think if you dig a little bit and go to our YouTube channel or your back office, if you're not registered yet, then do ask for the link from the person who invited you to this webinar, the registration link, and then you can register in our back office and look for free investment and financial literacy courses in your private account on Coinset. And they work. I mean, this is a pure gold information, because when I translated during those webinars, obviously I picked up a lot of stuff, a lot of knowledge about investing, and I gradually build my own investment portfolio. And it reminds me of a story. I don't know whether it's a true story or it's just like a made-up story, but it's good in my opinion. And then you can tell me in the chat if you find it, or have found it interesting or not. So there was this director, the CEO of a big investment fund, or it was an investment consultancy agency. And he had a very devoted, loyal secretary that worked for him like his entire life. And then eventually a time has come when that secretary had to retire, because she has been working like for 30-40 years for that particular CEO. And the director, the CEO, decided to give her like a golden handshake, a parting gift of $1 million. And when he gave her the envelope with the check, she opened it up and she saw the $1 million check. And she said, "Thank you very much for your generosity, but I don't actually need it." And the CEO says, like, "How come? I mean, you have like a 4-digit salary, and $1 million is $1 million." And she said, "You know what? Every time you had a call with your client and you advised your client to buy or sell a particular investment instrument, I actually listened in and I followed your advice. And that's how I made not a million, but dozens of millions of dollars. And then I can now finally enjoy my pension. And I also have money left for future generations." And just tell me if you like the story. I think it's a cool one. It's not the story I came up with. I think the first time I heard the story, it was from Andre, our CEO, and it kind of stuck to my memory. And that's what happened to me. Not like exactly like this. I didn't make millions, but I did build my own investment portfolio, which now consists of midterm and long-term investments instruments. And by the way, the project that I'm going to talk about today is actually classified, I think, as a midterm investment. You will have to wait for a little bit before this investment will start paying off. But I can promise you it will definitely be worth the wait. And this new project that I'm going to tell you about comes from the sector of gaming, from the world of gaming. And it was first introduced to our community several months ago in October, if I'm not mistaken. And when I heard about it, I actually translated during the inception session, during the introduction session. And I decided, like, I want to be part of that project, not just translate for it as I usually do, but I want to be part of the management process. And hence, I've become the spokesperson for this project because I honestly believe that the years of experience and knowledge that I accumulated during my gaming life might help this project come to fruition. And I would like to mention one thing right away. During this webinar, you will realize that this project goes beyond just video games. It's a unique opportunity for gamers, naturally, but also for business professionals, entrepreneurs, and crypto investors. In other words, and please hear me out, you don't have to be a gamer to benefit immensely from this project. This is a universal project for anyone. And if you're a gamer, then you're in luck. I mean, you get the triple benefit. And I will tell you all about the benefits of this project later on. But if you don't like games and you think gaming is for small children and they offer nothing of value, or even worse, some people might say that they breed violence or they're the cause of all violence, I will do my best to change your mind. And later in the webinar, I will give you some interesting facts and statistics that will surely change your mind. But please be open-minded. Do not stick to your prejudices and your bias, because everything that is new sometimes can be off-putting or intimidating, and we should always be open to the new things. And gaming hides so many great opportunities, and one of the opportunities I will share with you today. Another important nuance, and that is the main topic of our presentation, is that it's not even about games. I'm going to tell you about a utility token in the gaming industry and what kind of benefits that token offers. And I will try to do my best to make you see the huge potential of this token, of the gaming sector in general. And also, I would like to make you believe in our new business partner the way I came to believe in that business partner and in their project and in the token that we will be talking about today. Let's go to the next slide. But before we move forward, it is always very important that together we read this disclaimer, because we're going to talk about like investment opportunities, financial things. And I would like to point right away that I'm not giving you any advice, that the information that I'm going to tell you today is just it, information. I will probably describe my own experience and my own feelings, but you should not take it as a professional advice, um, not like just a little bit. So we better read the entire disclaimer and it will all come clear to you. So the information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as financial, investment, tax, or other professional advice. Users are encouraged to seek advice from qualified professionals before making any decisions based on the information provided, while every effort is made to ensure the accuracy and completeness of the information. It is provided as is, without warranty of any kind. And best results are typically achieved through a combination of financial literacy training as well as persistent and consistent actions. It is essential to educate oneself and maintain a disciplined approach to achieve optimum outcomes in financial endeavors. And basically, I already mentioned that discipline is the key skill or factor to almost any project, to almost any endeavor, not only financial ones. So Yeah, let's be disciplined together. And I might be diverting here from the main topic, but sports is a good way of training your discipline. And I'm not saying like go play sports games or go play soccer, football, or any other team-based sports. Like physically exercising, working out, jogging is a good way of not only improving your health, but also to make yourself more disciplined. Because when people start jogging, they go and jog no matter what weather is outside. They jog in the rain, in the snow, in the sun, and it does make us disciplined. Also, some people who prefer jogging in the morning, they have to wake up early in the morning, and that also makes us disciplined. So there are lots of benefits of being disciplined, and investing is one of the areas where discipline is of utmost importance. Let's go to the next slide, please. So let's take a quick look at our today's agenda. First, we are going to have a brief overview of our platform Coinset. Why? Because that's the only place right now where you can purchase this new token that I will tell you about. Then we will explore the RedPad Games team and talk about our partnership with them. And then I'll show you the offer jointly prepared by Coinset and RedPad Games. And then there is part two, which is our MLCI business training. And that part will be conducted by our splendid leader from Australia, Sharon. So shout out to Sharon. Even before she speaks, I'm sure she'll do a very good job. So stick around. You won't regret it. Let's go to the next slide, please. Coinset. Coinset is a new marketing company with an ecosystem that offers its partners exclusive tools for both active and passive income based on the principle of multi-level crowd investing. So sometimes I'm going to read from the slide because I'm sure not all of the people are physically watching the webinar. I'm sure there are some people that probably are driving right now and they tuned in and are listening to me. So probably the best way would be to read out the information we have on this slide because it is very concise and it's very well elaborated. And then, of course, I will add things of my own. So do not get strange with me, saying, why is he reading the slides? Because this information is pretty meticulously worded and elaborated. So it is important that we read it out. And then, of course, we will put something on top of it. Then we have 146 countries in our community, or members from 146 countries. And currently we speak actually not even 8 languages. We speak Italian, Russian, English, of course, Spanish, Hindi, Vietnamese, and Arabic. And recently, we resumed translating our webinars into Tamil. Hopefully, we will get back to Manipuri and then probably French. What else we're missing? German. Yeah, we had German in the past. So probably we'll have those languages back one day. But we need your help with that. We need our community to grow. We need to spread the word. And then if you have enough people that need translation into your own language, for example, you have lots of people that might be interested in our project, but they do not speak English. Just promise us that you will bring at least like 50 people that need the translation, and we will arrange a translation for you. Like if you tell me or tell your leader, look, next webinar, I promise I'm gonna bring 50 people and they need translation into Arabic. We will arrange translation into Arabic, but you have to make a commitment for that, okay? Let's move on. Our community currently consists of 1,700,000 registered users, and it's growing. And although we might be considered a new platform, as it says, we're a new platform, but we as a company have a huge legacy. We started long ago, not just like 2 or 3 years ago. We started back in 2011 when we first began providing online education on financial and investment literacy. Not financial and investment consultancy, but literacy. There is a big difference between consulting and educating people, educating about the world of investing, how to invest and not what to invest into. So I hope you feel the difference. And we still make financial activity or financial literacy the focus of our business, of our activities. Because, as I always like to say, with all due respect to chemistry, physics, and other very important disciplines, unless you want to make it your profession, I think our time is better spent on learning how to manage your money. Of course, we need to be aware of the basics of physics, chemistry, and mathematics, but sometimes at school they teach us stuff that is not really necessary. It is necessary in order to train our brain, to make our brain like exercise itself. I agree with that part, but memorizing countless formulas for what? And I'm saying this as a student at school. I used to be an A student. I mean, I have like the so-called gold medal in our now my country. When you graduate, when you finish the school with all A's, or in my case, it was all five. We had a 5 point or 5 grade, 5 point grading system. They give you like a gold medal. It's not gold, it's like gold plated, but it's kind of a sign of recognition. And then I also graduated with magna cum laude at the from the university. And I'm not trying to boast here or show off. I'm just telling you that this, what I'm saying, comes from personal experience. And I wish I had spent more time on learning about finance and investing rather than memorizing all that, well, pretty much useless information from like those disciplines that I mentioned before. Basics are okay, but digging deeper, I don't think it's very much useful. At least it didn't prove useful in my personal life. Well, maybe it puts me in a position when I'm able to help my children do their homework, but that's it. But I think I would be in a better position to help them even with their homework if I had like way more money, and then I would able maybe to hire a tutor who would explain them all that stuff, or maybe I would have more time spending with children if I had like accumulated enough money in the past, if I spent enough money in financial education, investment literacy, etc., etc. But I'm glad that I set on that path. That 4 years ago, almost 5 years ago, I came across our company and I saw the light. Well, yeah, I'm not ashamed of saying saw the light because investment literacy is the light. Okay, but maybe I'm like my region is not focusing enough, my country is not focusing enough on financial literacy and financial education, because I know that in the United States they made a survey, and according to a recent survey, about 60% of United States families, households own stocks either directly or indirectly through different investment instruments. So let's have our own survey in the chat if you are not afraid of disclosing this not so much important information. So please put a plus in the chat if you own an investment instrument, at least one, but not a token or pre-IPO shares that you purchased on our platform, something else. And if you do, just add the country you're from. So we'll see whether the geography of financial literacy has indeed spread across the entire world. And for some reason, my country, my region was left out like a blind spot on the map. For now, I see only Australia plus. So probably down under is the only place they teach financial literacy. If not at school, then at least people come across in their lives some people who tell them about investments and tell them about instruments other than just a bank deposit. Because okay, Florida United, okay, I just mentioned the United States, guys. You don't count. 60% of US households own stocks or other investment instruments. So that goes without saying. Okay, anyways, we have two brave hearts here, from Australia and Florida. Oh, thank you very much, anyways, for your feedback. Then probably my country is not so good on focusing on investment literacy. But I think things over time will change, and let's help things change by spreading the word, by raising awareness, and by telling people about the investment opportunities that our company has to offer. But again, don't get me wrong. I do not want to say that all those disciplines are useless altogether. Of course not. I mean, our entire life is based on physics. Like everything we see, everything we do is actually permeated with physics and math and chemistry. Computers, it's pure math, it's engineering. Of course, we need mathematics, engineering, chemistry. What I'm saying that they proved useless in my life, and I'm enjoying the fruits of the technology, of course, but I don't really need to know how the TV sets or my computer actually work. What I need to know is how to turn it on and turn it off. And well, of course I can replace some of the components in my computer myself, but that's just because I enjoy computers. But I don't really need to know how the microprocessor works. And some people know it, and I'm very grateful to them. So they gave us the opportunity to use these wonders of technology. But the reason I say they're useless to me is because I believe in specialization. There are guys who specialize in engineering. There are guys who specialize in linguistics or foreign languages like me. And then there are guys who specialize in plumbing. And it's better to be a narrow specialist in one area and bring value to people by providing those services than to be master of all trades, or sorry, jack of all trades and master of none. Well, if you don't agree with me, feel free to write about it in the chat, but I think it's better to be master in one field and instead of being like jack of all trades. Remember about Sherlock Holmes? It's in the TV series, it's in the book, they mentioned it, that Sherlock Holmes didn't know, the famous detective, fictional detective, didn't know that the earth revolved around the sun. And yet he was an extraordinary, brilliant detective. And although he's a fictional character, fiction is just a mirror of reality. Let's go to the next slide, please. So our mission is to implement the new economic evolution of the world. New, NEEW for short. And new is more than just an economic model. It's a philosophy of more equitable distribution of wealth and resources, and building a society where people get the chance of owning the companies whose products and services they use. And I'll give you an example. It's going to be simplified, but I will use it anyways just to make a point. My point. Let's say you own shares of a gas and oil company. So every time you go to the gas station, you buy gas produced by the company whose shares you own, you help the value of that company increase because you generate sales for them. And consequently, the value of your shares increases too. And even if you use public transportation, the public transportation company still has to fill their buses tanks somewhere, right? And they go to the producer, to the gas station, they fill in their tanks. And again, if you own shares of the company that produces that gas, gasoline, diesel, doesn't matter. Um, the share of your values increases. So part of that money goes back to your pockets. It can also, I can give you an example of owning shares of Apple, the company. And for example, you buy an iPhone, and if you own Apple shares of the company Apple, then part of part of the money from that purchase goes back to your pockets. It's like a small cashback. but it's cash back nevertheless. But now imagine you get the chance to own the shares of companies that produce food, health products, provide payment solutions, education, and many other things. It means every time you make a purchase from those companies, part of that money goes back to your pockets in the form of dividends. And that's what we, our community, is trying to build, but on a larger global scale. And our vision is to bring the new, the to bring the way of doing business to a new level. And by implementing the multi-level crowd investing approach, uh, anyone get the chance to, first of all, enjoy the offers made by the ecosystem, then become part of that ecosystem, and also get the chance to earn from it by promoting the products they also use. So basically, let's take the project EvoScent. It's the perfumery project that is currently being implemented by our society, by our community. So EvoScent, it's perfumery, niche perfumery. And niche perfumery costs like hundreds of dollars. We made it cheaper, yet we maintained, preserved the high quality of the niche perfumery. So basically, what happens is if you enjoy perfumery, if you use perfumery in your everyday life, we have like a collection of 8 different perfumes. So you can choose one, use it yourself, and then you can also promote those perfumes to someone else. And if they make a purchase based on your recommendation, you make money. You earn commissions from it. So that's, and also EvoSend packages contain points, bonus points, that eventually can be turned into tokens. And that's where the co-ownership parts comes into play. So that's how you become like get to enjoy the triple effect of MLCI, of our ecosystem, of our business model. And our immediate goal is to have at least 10 million users on our platform by mid this year, 2024. And this is achievable and is already being achieved by creating an ecosystem of interrelated and complementary services, such as a marketplace, a payment system, a crypto exchange, an education platform, and many other projects and services. And I'm telling you about an actually existing projects. So we can go one by one. Marketplace, it's Coinset. Payment system, it's Global Unit Pay. Crypto exchange, it's Unitex and FNT. Education platform is the Knowledge Hub within our Coinset platform. So basically, we are already in the business of creating an ecosystem consisting of different projects in different areas. But now let's see the fundamental principle behind our way of doing business. Let's go to the next slide, please. So our unique approach is based on the trifecta, 3 pillars of MLCI, multi-level crowd investing. First, thanks to MLCI, you get to be a client. Remember the perfumery project example? You get the earliest opportunity to purchase often innovative, unique products on the most favorable terms before anyone else. For example, on our platform, you can purchase tokens at a price which will be much lower than the starting price of that token. A good example is the Soulbound token, SoulB token, that our platform promoted almost a year ago. Members of our community had the exclusive opportunity to be the first holders of that token. And the same terms, by the way, apply to today's product as well, the RPGC product that I will tell you later. Second, you can become a business professional, an entrepreneur. You get the exclusive opportunity to promote our products before anyone else and start doing your own business on your own terms. And you can earn up to 40% in commissions from your personal sales plus the sales made by your team, thanks to a very generous compensation plan, bonus plan, we call it. And Sharon will tell you more about the bonus plan and how you can make money thanks to it. It will happen later, though. And most importantly, you get the chance to co-own the businesses you promote. Again, let me refer to the recent example of the utility token, Soulbound, which now can be converted into security token, digital share, SLX. It's a profit sharing token. And thanks to that token, you can become co-owners of the Starbucks company. Starbucks is a top 5 provider of securitization services in the entire world. And there is an equity stake in all of our projects. And equity means co-ownership in this case. And of course, the size of the equity depends on the partnership terms, on the terms that we agreed upon with our business partners whose projects and services we promote, because we promote not only our products, but also the products of our business partners. And also it depends on the product that you decide to promote or to buy. Let's go to the next slide. And now allow me to introduce to you our new business partner, RedPad Games. And after I present their company and the offer that we came up with together, I'm sure you will agree that with their expertise in the gaming sector and our competence in project promotion, we get a nearly perfect recipe for success. Next slide, please. RedPad Games is a team of 70 very experienced professionals, and the RedPad Games studio is based in Zurich, Switzerland. And it works with eminent companies like Steam, Epic Games, and Amazon. And I guess everyone heard about Amazon, but probably not everyone knows what Steam and Epic Games are. Let me tell you, Steam and Epic Games are like Amazon, but in the world of video games. They are two of the biggest online stores for video games with a total of 400 million registered users. Just think about it, almost 500 million people. And to know where a company is going, it is important to know where the company came from or what kind of experience their team has. And members of the RedPad Games team worked with the gaming giants that you can see on this slide at the bottom. And RedPad Games team helped those giants become who they are today. And I will tell you more about those giants a little bit later. Let's start with the team first. So let's start with the head of the company, the CEO, Vildan Fazilov. He started his professional career with Google, but then he joined the development team of EVE Online. And by the way, EVE Online is an online game that has been already in the market for more than 20 years. And they have like 10 million players registered on in their ecosystem. And they have like currently 3,000 players per day. And you will hear about EVE Online from me later. There are a couple of very curious cases from that game. Another success story that was created with the help of the members of RedPad Games is World of Tanks by Wargaming. And this company originally had 120 people, almost like RedPad Games today. But thanks to the revenue generated by World of Tanks, they were able to hire over time over 5,000 employees worldwide. And now the company also has such titles as World of Warships, World of Warplanes, and other equally successful titles. That company was easily making $10 million on the regular months. And they even hired Arnold Schwarzenegger and Mila Jovovich to do their commercials. You can look it up on YouTube. It's quite funny and it's kind of like heartwarming at the same time, especially the recent one. Just take a look at it. It's you'll find it interesting too. Also, members of RedPad Games worked on other equally famous projects like you can see on the slide, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Metro, Stalker, and all of those games, all of those titles were major hits in the market. And if you're not familiar with those titles, just Google them up and you will be surprised how popular those franchises are. So for us, their business partners, all of that experience and all of those success stories are a sure sign that we chose the right partner, that those guys, they know what they're doing. And I repeat, their knowledge of the gaming sector and our expertise in MLCI, in project promotion through MLCI, create a perfect synergy for common success. Let's go to the next slide, please. So let's try and answer the question why we went into gaming, okay? Because our company historically has been and is still promoting projects from different areas like tokenization, payment solution provision, perfumery, green energy. It's an EPU project from Australia. Just also give a look at it. Try going to the back office and read the information about EPU. It's actually, in my opinion, something that might save us from the energy crisis. It's a green energy product. And also we're promoting the health products. It's Evo Health, a product that came from Vietnam and in the United States. And now we decided, or we are promoting a gaming project, or better, a token in the gaming project, in the gaming industry. And you would be not alone, or you would be not, it would not be surprising if you like ask yourself why gaming and why our company decided to work with RedPad games. But the answer is quite simple, and please listen carefully here. The gaming industry is rapidly expanding. In the past year, 2023, the video game market was worth $200 billion, which is like 9 zeros. 200 plus 9 zeros. It's a lot of money. Even the music and filmmaking industries earn less than video game companies do. And there are currently 3.2 billion gamers worldwide. By gamers, I mean people who play in this way or another video games, either on their consoles like Xbox or PlayStation, or on their desktops, or even their mobiles. Mobile gaming is a booming industry. And thanks to our involvement into the gaming sector, we get the chance to reach out to those billions of people with the products and services of our ecosystem, like perfumery, like payment solution providers, like green energy product, health products, etc., etc. And remember, I also promised to prove to you that games are not only for children. Well, here is an interesting fact. Statistically, the average age of a gamer is 35 years old. Believe it or not, Google it up. You will find it surprising, as I did. 35 years old is the average age of a standard gamer. And 35 years is the exact age of our target audience. I mean, we're talking about adults, probably with a family, with a job, who will and should purchase our products in our ecosystem. And as you can see from the chart on the left, RedPad Games, I'm now trying to answer why RedPad Games is an ideal partner for us. RedPad Games is on top of that trend, of all those trends. For example, RedPad Games, ahead of anyone else, is strategically placed at the intersection of three most profitable and rapidly growing markets in the gaming sector. First, it's MMO games, massive multiplayer online games, which account for almost $80 billion of those $200 billion, of that $200 billion market that we mentioned before. Second, it's GameFi. GameFi is like a portmanteau word. It means gaming and finance, or decentralized finance. It's the integration of blockchain applications to be precise, into the gaming sector for monetization purposes. And RedPad Games has the competence of offering fintech solutions, DeFi solutions too, that allow players to monetize their gaming experience. I will explain. So what happens is gamers play a game, video game, using online video game, using Web 2. Web 2, don't be scared, is just your regular internet. It's the internet that we're using right now. And then they can safely sell, and during the gaming experience, they can earn like assets, actual assets and items in the game. And some of those assets can be sold. And gamers can sell those in-game assets on a Web3, on a secure Web3 marketplace. It's a blockchain-based marketplace. So you follow my logic. They play on Web 2, and then the items they earn in the game can be sold on blockchain, on a marketplace based on Web 3. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying GameFi. And that's what RedPad Games has competence in, expertise in. And thirdly, it's a $25 billion market of metaverses and metaverse gaming. And the reason I'm giving you all these statistics is to show you the huge financial potential and huge consumption potential of the gaming industry. So I guess the question that we should be asking ourselves is not why gaming or why RedPad Games, but rather why haven't we tried to go into that market before? And I guess the answer is we have been looking for a partner, a reliable and experienced partner in that sector like RedPad Games. Let's go to the next slide, please. And now I would like to show you the trailer of their first gaming product, the video game that they developed. And it is almost ready, or I should rather say it is developed. And it is already listed on Steam. Now it has to go through beta testing. It's already gone through alpha testing, of course. And recently, last week, yeah, it was like a week ago, I think, we had a friends and family test of this game. And give me a plus in the chat, please, if you actually participated in the friends and family test. It was like a stress test. Our goal was to enter the server, of course, download the game from Steam, and then enter the server and make the server crash. And has anyone from the chat been there? Well, I guess not, but it was a fun experience. So basically, I personally downloaded the game. Not created, I was given the character to play with. Then I went through the onboarding process, the tutorial, to know how to move, what to do, how to shoot, how to swing my axe. It was a tomahawk to fight monsters off. And then we had to meet at this rallying point and start shooting in order to put a lot of load on the server to make it crash. So it's all part of the testing process. And very soon, this game will be open for beta testing is. And I will explain what beta testing is. Beta testing is when developers release an early version of the game before the official release to a limited number of consumers. And beta tests are used to identify any remaining bugs or usability issues that haven't been identified by the developers team themselves. And then they also gather feedback on the overall user experience. And for us, for our community, for people that you will promote RPGC to, is a very good indication that there is an actual game behind the token ready for release. And by the way, I mentioned that this video game is listed on Steam. Steam is an online game store with 120 million active users. So people who regularly go there, buy games, or go there and launch their games from the Steam application. And in the link, or sorry, in the chat, you have the link that you can follow and read about Dustland, and then you can also add it to your wish list if you are a gamer and you would like to play the game as soon as the game is released, officially released. And also, before we launch the trailer, I would like to give you a couple of benefits why that make gaming great. To show you that gaming is not only about wasting time or having a good time. In my case, I enjoy playing games, but they also can bring a lot of benefits. So first, gaming improves your cognitive abilities. Cognitive is the ability, well, to think, to rationalize. So basically, one of the cognitive abilities that it improves, it's spatial ability. Not special, but spatial. It's the ability to recognize and remember objects and the relations between those objects. It is important in several fields. You might guess it's mathematics, natural sciences, engineering, and most importantly, architecture. And another benefit that gaming brings is enhanced problem solving and logic. A recent study from Australian and Chinese research team showed that many games require a great deal of planning, strategic thinking, and logic to achieve goals that are set within the game. And one of such examples of such games is Resident Evil. It's a whole franchise. It's a shooter. You have like to fight off zombies, but at the same time, it's full with riddles that you have to solve using logic, and that's what makes this game series very attractive to me personally. Also, Silent Hill, another game that is about horror survival, but it also has logic problems inside the game that you have to solve, and they kind of vary depending on the difficulty level. They may be very difficult. You have to spend like half an hour thinking how to solve the problem, or you can go online and find the solution right away. But I mean, cheating is not a good way of going along your life. So another positive effect is faster and more accurate decision making, and not only in the game. This skill that you develop also translates into better decision making ability in real life. And one more skill, but of course it's not the last one, it's enhanced pro-social behaviors or behavioral patterns, because lots of games involve interaction between players, and that of course improves your ability to work with other people, to work as a team, and have better social interactions. And by the way, RedPad Games specializes exactly in this kind of like social games that involve cooperation between people. And however, again, I would like to make it absolutely clear that we do not invite you to play the game. The purpose of the trailer is to show you that RedPad Games already has a viable product, which is almost guaranteed to be a major hit in the market and will soon become available for purchase on one of the biggest marketplaces in the world, Steam. So let's watch the trailer together. So if you are a gamer like me and you like this type of games, post-apocalyptic survival games, you can add this game to your wish list on Steam. If you don't like games, it's absolutely fine, because in reality, the main product that RedPad Games is releasing and that can become your business and investment opportunity is the utility token RPGC. Next slide, please. Finally, we've come to the main point of our today's product presentation. So it's a utility token, and its utility lies in the fact that it will become the single key to the entire ecosystem that you can see on this slide, and that consists of numerous and diverse areas, such as multi-platform gaming and a marketplace, game publishing and advertising, a gaming technical brand, a gaming venture fund, a payment system, a crypto exchange, and an IT university. And RPGC will be the underlying token that will service that entire ecosystem. So when implemented, all of those projects taken together will become the foundation of a multi-million or even a multi-billion dollar business easily. So if you want to start investing in crypto and you don't know where to start, so probably go for RPGC, because it's not your regular speculation coin. It's a coin backed by an already established studio with a viable product, a highly professional team, and a very ambitious roadmap that goes as far as 2030 and involves 7 more gaming projects. Next, RedPad Games will launch their Web3 marketplace. Actually, they will launch the Web3 marketplace together with the launch of the game, because they go together. When you earn items in the game, you can immediately sell them in the marketplace. Or you want to have this particular item and you've been hunting for it, but you simply can't get it. You go to the marketplace and someone was lucky enough to get this item and is willing to sell it to you. And you will have to use RPGC tokens to make this transaction possible. But I will come to that later. And then they will list their RPGC token on first decentralized and later centralized exchanges. And the internal RPGC marketplace will be quite similar to the online Steam platform that I mentioned before. Basically, that's where gamers will be able to trade their in-game items. And they will have to use RPGC as their currency. It's one of the utilities of that token. Again, it's not just a speculative token, buy and sell, like Dogecoin or whatever other crap coins are out there that have a lot of liquidity, have a lot of market capitalization, but they offer actually nothing of value, just a huge community behind it. Here we have the utility token with an actual utility, and you already saw how big the gaming world was, and this token will have also lots of community behind it once the game is released and once people will start using that token. It's like using actual money, but in the gaming world. But also that money can be converted into fiat money, your actual euros, dollars, American or Australian dollars, doesn't matter. Actual fiat money that you can later use to buy, to make your everyday purchases. So again, absolutely every gamer will need to use the token in order to make transactions on the marketplace, and not only in the entire ecosystem when it's properly developed and when all the projects are launched. All of those projects that you see on this slide, in this way or another, will require RPGC tokens to function or to make use of. If you wanna, for example, use their own RPGC payment system, I'm sure RPGC will be used as gas currently on the Ethereum blockchain, for example. So basically, you will be able to pay a fee for your transaction with RPGC tokens. Of course, not token, probably fractions of a token, but still, it will be your go-to token to use any service from that ecosystem. But also, this token is an exclusive opportunity for different kinds of people. Gamers, naturally, they will have to use it on the marketplace. But also, it's a very lucrative opportunity for multi-level business professionals, MLCI, MLM professionals, because right now, our community members have the exclusive right to promote this token. It is only on our platform that you can promote this token via MLCI/MLM, and you can receive commissions from sales. And then you can build your whole international business on it, because you don't really have to sell it only to your fellow countrymen. You can do sales worldwide easily, as long as you have good internet connection. And also, it's a unique opportunity for investors, of course, because they get the chance to buy the token at the most favorable price shortly before this token is listed. So basically, I like the example of comparing this token to a situation, for example, when the central bank of your country prints money, decides to print extra money, but before putting that money in the circulation on the market, they would go to you and tell you, would you like to buy like this $100 note for $50? On the condition that later you will be able to spend it as a $100 note, so kind of 50% discount. And of course, I would buy it. But whereas the $100 note will always be a $100 note, this token can grow in price. So basically, at the initial stage, it might be 100% return on investment, but if you sit on it, allow it to grow, it might be way more than that. And it will inevitably grow just because the gaming population is continuously growing, and the gaming population will create demand for this token. It's as simple as that. Let's go to the next slide. So let's just briefly discuss some of the privileges that you can get as the owner of the RPGC tokens. We've already discussed privileges number 1 and 2, not directly, but while I was making my presentation, I outlined those privileges already. The number 3, I think, deserves your attention. It's the ability to stake your unfrozen tokens to get even more tokens. And for those who don't know, who are new to this whole crypto world, staking is like a bank deposit. I'm sure everyone knows what a bank deposit is. But staking is like a bank deposit in the crypto world. So you willingly freeze, deposit your tokens within the system. You take those tokens out of the circulation for some time. And for doing that, you are rewarded with more tokens. And RedPad Games said that the preliminary interest, the reward on staking, would be 30% per year. It's like 300 tokens on every 1,000 tokens staked or frozen, willingly frozen, after they have been unfrozen, of course. Then also, number 4, I discussed it already. We discussed it already. It's your opportunity to participate in the affiliate program and earn lots of commission from recommending and selling those tokens to other people who might be interested in investing into a gaming token. And again, your commission can be as high as 40% of your personal sales and sales made by your team. And for that, again, please stick around, and Sharon, in the second part of our webinar, will explain you what it all means. If you are an experienced networker, of course, you already know what it means. But if you would like to start your entrepreneurial journey, then stick around. You won't regret it, I guarantee. And also, you get to attend exclusive company events, educational masterclasses, and training sessions, and many other privileges, such as access to gaming tournaments, or visiting the company's office, or even playing one of the games with the development team, which is actually a very big privilege. Let's go to the next slide. Let's take a very quick look at the factors that will contribute to the growth of the RPGC token, because after all, if we invest in a token, we would like to see that token grow, of course. So they have the unique business model the project has. There is a good symbiosis of gaming and blockchain industries. The company will launch a large-scale marketing campaign, and also it will increase or facilitate the growing demand for the token among gamers and investors. And all of that taken together will cause the token to grow from $1 to $10 at least during 2024. And also analysts, professional analysts, predict that within 10 years, this token can grow from $50 to $900 because, remember, the company is going to launch different other gaming projects of different genres and also other new ecosystem products. So just forget about Bitcoin. It might be a good investment, but it will never, I think, grow 10 or 20 times the current price. Like current price, what is $40,000? I don't think it will grow to $400,000, like 10 times its current price. But RPGC can. It can easily become what Bitcoin used to be like 10 years ago. Plus, that token will be listed on top Asian exchanges, decentralized and then centralized. And also, RedPad Games has global partnerships with NVIDIA, Amazon, Steam, Epic Games, Binance Pay, Polygon, Global Unit Pay, our own payment system. And they will also cooperate with top streamers and celebrities, like people who play games on Twitch or YouTube, and by doing so, they actually promote the game. They make people who watch them want to buy those games. And also, the company has well-established mechanisms for artificially increasing the price of the token, such as buybacks and burning mechanisms, which contribute to an artificial shortage of the token. And when there is something in limited supply, and the demand is growing, naturally the price goes up. And I think you all know what buyback means. But if you don't, buybacks mean that the company will buy their tokens back using part of their revenues from sales of their game, for example. And sometimes the companies burn their tokens, and by burning them, they destroy them. They remove them from circulation permanently. A very good example is the recent news released by Starbucks company. If you attended their webinar, they announced that like 80% or 70%, I think. I didn't do the math, but it's around those numbers of tokens originally issued were burned by the company, thus limiting the supply. And again, with limited supply and increased demand, the price inevitably goes up. That's basic economics for you. That's something they teach you at the university. I think, first semester of the second year. I don't know when they teach you that in your colleges and universities. So now let's finally come to the offer that Coinset and RedPad Games together have prepared for you. Next slide, please. And one more. So we have 9 different packages, different names, to match different purchasing powers, so different pockets and different investment appetites. If you go for the biggest package, you get the lowest price per token. For your convenience, we already calculated everything, the token price, depending on the package, but you can double check on your own. What you do is you divide the package price by the number of RPGC tokens included in the price. And you see that it works, it's like a wholesale discount. The bigger the package, the cheaper the token price in the package. And also, please note the last 2 columns where the vesting terms are described. Vesting is when you come into full ownership of your tokens. When your tokens unfreeze completely, unfreeze, and then you can dispose of them as you see fit. The lockup period for all the packages is 6 months, which is kind of a standard in the world of crypto. Some projects lock their tokens for 12 months. These guys, they decided to lock it for 6 months. That's how confident they feel about this project. Like, if you know the example of Bobcoin, Bobcoin is frozen for like 3 or 4 years now. I don't remember. 3 years, I think. I still sit on my frozen Bobcoins that I purchased on the STO Cap website. And these guys, they will unfreeze their token in 6 months. That's the level of confidence they have that their project is going project first project is going to succeed, but it will be followed up by many other gaming projects. Also, please note that the bigger the package, the more months it will take to unfreeze all of the tokens inside the package. But don't worry, every month in bigger packages, you will still get more unfrozen tokens per month compared to the smaller packages. We can calculate together. Let's take the silver package for 100 units, $100. It has 148 tokens in it. And let's say the token gets listed on the 1st of March. It means that the tokens will start unfreezing, unlocking from the 1st of September. Not from the time when you 6 months after the time when you purchase them, but the 6 months period starts from the moment the token is listed. This is a very important nuance that you have to convey to understand yourself and convey to your partners as well, because they will come asking you why, like, I purchased in January, why my tokens haven't started unfreezing in June. They have to wait until the token is listed, and it will be listed very shortly. I will tell you exactly when it's going to happen at the end of my webinar. That's my way of making sure you do not leave that webinar before I finish. But you shouldn't wait. I shouldn't leave it anyways, because Sharon will teach you how to use MLCI to make even more money, not just from the capitalization of the token, but from earning commission easily and being able to immediately withdraw that commission from your back office without waiting for like months to be able to withdraw your money. So it's actually liquid commission, liquid funds that you can withdraw and dispose of in any way you see fit. So, okay, let's go back to our math here. So let's assume that the tokens start, first tokens will be free tokens will be added to your wallet on the 1st of September. So in the case of the silver package, you will get 25 tokens on the first month. 148 divided by 6, because you will get equal parts every month. It's 24.6, 25 tokens. So at the end of September, you're going to get 25 unfrozen tokens, and you can sell them. You can wait and wait for the token price to grow, or you can stake those tokens. That will be the wisest choice. If you don't want to sell, why not stake it? I mean, it's a no-brainer. Now, if we apply the same logic, same math, same formula to the $1,000 package, the Sapphire package, there you have 2,116 tokens divided by 12 months, double the period that you have to wait in the Iron package or Silver package. But you will still get your first batch of unfrozen tokens 6 months later. And if you do the math, 2,116 divided by 12 months equals, I already calculated it before, 176 tokens per month. So both owners of both packages, Silver and Sapphire, will get their first batch of unfrozen tokens, say, at the end of September. but the owner of the Sapphire package will get almost 7 times more tokens per month. So that's the value of going for bigger packages. It's 176 tokens. And then you can calculate on your own how many tokens per month unfrozen you get if you go for a $5,000 package or $10,000 package. And also, in my opinion, it's a good sign of forward thinking and smart tokenomics on the side of RedPad Games. Because if they did not have the lockup period, what would happen? People would immediately, I'm sure, dump all of their tokens into the market. And even the stablest of the most resilient of tokens would crumble under such pressure. And there are lots of cases of that happening, even with the good coins like Bitcoin. Remember, it went up to $60,000 and then people started like dumping it. And it went back to, I think, $14,000 at a certain time. Of course, it slowly crawled back up, but that's what happens when people start selling, of course, and especially when people start selling in a panic. The coin should be very strong to withstand that kind of pressure, or the company need to have a lot of liquidity to support all that dumping. But the lockup period helps stabilize that process. And also, another important thing that you need to know and also convey to your partners is that when you purchase RPGC packages, your tokens first, or better, your points first, will be reflected only in your back office. And only then, when the token is listed, the company will write the the necessary smart contract for you to be able to synchronize your back office in Coinset with your external wallet, crypto wallet. And that's when you will be able to transfer your convert your points into actual tokens, mint your tokens. And also you can do also your math, how much you can potentially earn when the token is released and once it's unfrozen. The company plans to list the token at $1. So even if nothing happens 6 months later, with the Sapphire package, you can double up on your investment. It goes at what? 47 cents per token. The token gets released at $1, and let's say it stays the same. It's still like almost 100% on top of your initial investment. And also you get a discount for the game key in the package, in most of the package, plus the random skin. And random skins are something you want to hear about, and is something which is my favorite part of the presentation. I think we can go to the next slide right away. Yes, it's skins. I want to explain to you what it means and how skins can become a smart investment. So let's start with the fact that the market of in-game purchases already exceeded the total value of video game purchases. It means people spend more money on in-game purchases rather than on buying the actual game. The actual game can cost like $25, and then people will spend hundreds of dollars every month buying like skins and cosmetics for their characters in the game. And let me give you a couple of real life purchases of in-game items. Remember, we already talked about EVE Online. So a very powerful spaceship in EVE Online was sold for $9,000, a virtual spaceship that you could use in the game. And sadly, for the owner, for the purchaser, he lost that ship in one of the battles that happened in the game. So that person kissed his or her $9,000 goodbye. But I guess he was happy while he owned the ship that cost him $9,000. And it might sound crazy, but here's another crazy example. Around 2012, there was a player who bought a sword that cost over $16,000 in yet unreleased game. It was beta, the beta version of the Age of Wushu. And that person already spent $16,000 on the game that could never come out of its beta release. And sometimes that happens to a game. I think one of the games that failed, what was the recent example of a game that never achieved its actual physical release? Oh, I don't remember, but probably I will remember next time what was the game. It's sad. This story is quite sad, but maybe Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but maybe I'm wrong. Don't mind it. Um, Also, another crazy example is from the game that's called Second Life. Um, in that game, someone bought a virtual city of Amsterdam for $50,000, not 15, $50,000. Imagine someone willing to spend that much money on something that does not actually exist in the real world. But if you think that's insane, wait to learn for how much the planet Calypso was sold in the game Entropia. So the game developer, MindArc, sold Planet Calypso to another company, SEE Virtual Worlds, for an astronomical price of $6 million. And you would ask, what the hell? Like, why so much? And it's quite simple. It was not just a purchase, it was an investment. Because at the time of the purchase, it was early 2011, that planet had more than 950,000 registered accounts, a million registered accounts from 200 countries. And those accounts traded things in the game. And they traded items for the amount of $428 million. That's the amount of transactions that happened on that planet in 2010. Actual dollars. So that's how much money changed hands between real people. In real life, it can be compared to like buying a shopping center. And then as an owner, you would charge fee from every purchase, every transaction that happens in that center. That's what actually happened with Planet Calypso. So nothing actually crazy here. It's just business, investment business in this case. And also it's a very good proof of the incredible potential of online gaming. In 2023, the global gaming audience already spent 68 billion US dollars on additional in-game content. And in 2025, the market value of in-game purchases is projected to exceed 75 billion US dollars. So take a look at the right left corner of bottom left corner of the slide. It's a skin from the game Counter-Strike. It's called a Dragon Lore. It's for the sniper rifle AWP. Its default color is olive green. But if you go and purchase the skin, the Dragon Lore, that's how your sniper rifle will look like. It will not become more powerful. It will just become more, I don't know, aesthetically pleasing. It will just change its appearance. And currently, that's the price that you can see, the price range that this skin can be sold for, depending on the variation, from 4,000 to 400,000. And this is not like mythical numbers or made up numbers. An actual transaction happened where one person sold this skin to another person for almost $61,000 just to have a nice looking sniper rifle in the game. I imagine how many actual sniper rifles that person could have bought if they bought the actual thing instead of buying the made-up thing. But for us, it's just a good sign that people spend lots of money on skins. And in the RPGC ecosystem, to buy and sell skins, they will need RPGC tokens. And where will they go and get those tokens once the pre-sale phase ends? The only people who will own those tokens will be you, us, the community, who will purchase those tokens. And we will decide how much to charge for those tokens. Of course, if you are cheap by nature, sorry if I offended you, you will set like 1 cent per, but no, you won't set 1 cent per token because it will cost you at least 80 cents if you go for the cheapest package. But let's say you will make like a 5 cent markup, and you will be already 5% markup, and you will already be happy with that. But if you're smart, you will charge a lot more. And then the gamers who want to buy things and sell things, they will have to buy those tokens from you. It's like, it's plain as day. And also, if you remember, in the RPGC packages, some of the packages have numerous skins included as a bonus. For example, in the Sapphire package, it's 10 random free skins. And let's say you're lucky and you get something like Dragon Lore, but in the Dustland world. Then you can count how much of a return you get on your investment aside from the tokens. For example, someone on Dragon Lore made almost 20,000% because that skin you could have bought for in 2014 for $300, and they sold it for $61,000. I calculated. It's 20,000% return. And again, guys, the time is running out because very soon the pre-sale will be over, and the company will launch the token, will launch the game, will launch the marketplace. And the CEO said that they would launch the project in March, early March, probably even late February or mid-March, around that time. And with or without us, they will do it. So you have to decide right now whether you want to be part of it or you want to be outside that project, on board or overboard. So that's it from me today. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have questions, I think I have time to answer just one question. And if not, then I will happily hand over the reins to Sharon. I'll give you like 10 seconds to start typing something. If not, then guys, stick around and Sharon will teach you how to use our unique business model to make money. Not only, I repeat, from the capitalization of the token, from the organic growth in the token price, but also from doing easy business, the business of referring things. And we do that business every single day, and we're not getting paid for it. You go to a good restaurant, you like the food, the service, you definitely recommend that place to someone else. Does the restaurant pay you? Of course not. But you do it anyways. The same happens with books, movies we get to see, and other cool stuff that we experience in our life. And we do not even ask any compensation in return. With MLCI, you get to earn from that. I see no questions, so thank you very much again. And I hand over to Sharon, who will deliver the second part of our webinar today, which is MLCI, Pioneering Your Path to Prosperity. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Dennis. Welcome, everybody. Thanks so much for joining in the webinar today. Please put some love in the chat for Dennis. What a great presentation. So comprehensive and so many gold nuggets in there. Hopefully you can hear me and see me well. Everything's all good, ready to go. Do we need a little break? I know we've been sitting a while. Would anyone like to have a quick break? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to have a quick break, or put a 2 in the chat if you're ready to keep going. Because I'm ready to go. I'm ready to share all of my knowledge with all of you. And I hope you're looking forward to it as well. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. I've got a 2. So let's proceed. Please, yeah, let's go. Let's go. Number 2, here we go. Please get a pen and paper and take some notes as you go, because I will be sharing some great insights today into how I've been successful through multi-level crowd investing, and hopefully it's going to, help you and empower you on your journey as well. And we take all the fear out of sales. We're not salespeople here. We're just sharing and giving people, another option. Let's go to the next slide. Thank you to our moderators and organisers of this Zoom. Thank you so much for all the work you do behind the scenes. For those who may be here for the very first time, or you may be watching this on YouTube, so I'd like to introduce myself and say welcome and thank you so much. I really appreciate you joining into the webinar. And I'm just going to have to answer Zoom's asking me a question. Let me quickly put in my language. English. I don't know why it does that every time. Anyway, we're all good to go. So thank you for my team in Australia is, really been through the wars, and we've come out shining. So I want to say a big shout out to my team in Australia. But of course, my network spans across 150 countries. So I haven't yet been to all of those countries. It is on my list to do. Hopefully one day soon I will get the opportunity to travel again and to start, bringing this show on the road and start to show people why I'm still excited after 7 years in this company. A Facebook memory popped up for me today, this morning actually. 6 years ago, I was in Belarus for the 3rd time. And it was a country I'd never even heard of. We were supporting a innovative transport technology at the time. And it was really, really exciting and really pushed me out of my comfort zone and into this crazy world of MLCI, which is just so wonderful and so fascinating and really has, encapsulated me, to continue even still going strong after 7 years. Now, I've done a lot of the training through the company. I've had the opportunity to share the stage with all of our top leaders around the world. And also, to learn and grow and develop myself as a private investor, which is something that I really wanted to do. When I look back now, I was asking myself the question, and maybe this is a question for you now, what do you want to do? What is your why? What is your purpose? Why do you get up every morning, and why do you do what you do? What is your passion? And what legacy do you want to leave? We're going to touch on some of those things today. But for me, it just cements every day. I'm now a grandmother. I have a little 6-month-old baby boy grandson who's just delightful, and really, finding my youth again, spending time with him and playing with him. But really, looking at, what kind of a legacy am I able to leave, my family, my children? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Let's go to the next slide, please. So what dreams do you have? What are your heart's desires? Like, why are you here? Why are you sharing your Saturday night or morning or afternoon with us here online tonight? It's one of those things, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here, right now with us. And so I want you to consider what is your biggest dream? And, why do you want to achieve it? When you start to really drill down and articulate, we'll look at SMART goals in a few moments, but just to get your juices flowing, if you like, if you didn't have to work, if time and money was no option for you, where would you be now, and what would you be doing, and who would you be doing it with? And so write those things down and you can answer that in your own time. If you want to share in the chat, you can. This is a training, so feel free, to share as we go along. But if you're shy, that's okay too. As long as you're journaling, magic in the pen, as you're writing things, you are creating. And it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So if you're brave enough to share your dream, please do share it in the chat or keep it private as well. One of my dreams was to work from home and to get my time back, and to be able to be compensated, well for my time and effort, to be able to travel the world, to be, where I wanted to be, when I wanted to be there, to have that freedom again instead of punching the clock, going to the 9 to 5 or, 7 to 7 or whatever crazy hours you're working with. Really, if we could just give you a chance of giving you one more option, would you be interested in that? Would you be interested to take a look and to learn how you can do this without selling? Is that something that interests you? Please let me know. Give me some feedback in the chat. Thank you, Marlene, for sharing your dream, and that's a beautiful dream. Also, I'm very passionate about children, helping children to grow and develop and to have the opportunities, clean water, good food, good air, good water, the good book, all the fundamental things that children need to grow and develop. And so, here in this community, you have the opportunity to potentially fund your dream. And so through this compensation plan or bonus plan, you're able to create a lifestyle of income that is second to none. Really, you can write your own check here, and it's up to your imagination. If you want it and you know what you want, you can have it. Basically you can do it too. So, I've been able to achieve a lot of my goals and dreams within this community, and I know you can too. So stick with me, and we're going to answer some of those questions as we go along. Let's go to the next slide, please. So most people know and recognize this gentleman, Robert Kiyosaki. Is very prevalent in the news. I do watch or listen to Rich Dad Radio and follow him on YouTube as well. He's a real estate investor, and he's been able to build his network and his net worth rather, by buying and selling real estate, or maybe buying and holding real estate. I don't think he ever sells anything. He just buys and holds. And of course, you have a rental income. So a great example of that, from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, came up with the cash flow quadrant. And so you can be a worker, you can be an employee, you can have a job, you can love your job, you can hate your job. Really, it's up to you. A job is just over broke, in my opinion. I've had a job in the past, but for many years I've been my own boss, and for probably 20 years, I haven't really been an employee of anybody. Like, I work for myself, I work for my family, I, work for my dreams and my goals and my desires, and I look to collaborate with other individuals, and that's what we have such a wonderful community here. But, if you have a job and you love your job, there's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine. Keep doing it if you love it. But if you hate your job and you want another option, you're definitely in the right place. But you can also keep your job and keep working full-time or part-time, and you can do a side hustle as well. And so that's what we've got to offer you today. So you may be interested in being an entrepreneur, being self-employed, you being the boss. You set the alarm clock, you decide what time you get up, you decide how many days a week you want to work. And it's really, living the dream, living the laptop lifestyle. You could travel anywhere as long as you have a computer and a smartphone. You can pretty much work from anywhere in the world within this community. So as a business owner, you would own a business and you would have people working for you. Now, this can be great, and you can leverage this to a massive, opportunity, but it can also be a small business as well. And sometimes there's a lot more pressure being a business owner, having to run the business, having to manage people, having to do all of the payments to the people, meet all the compliance, depending on where you are in the world, whatever is the compliance of your day, your country. All of those things. You need professionals. You need to hire people to help you with that. So it's not so simple. But the ultimate goal, and for me personally, I always wanted to become an investor. I mean, I've had businesses in the past. My husband and I have had several businesses over many, many years. In health and lifestyle, in construction industry, building and construction, and lots of different things. We found it rewarding. We learned a lot along the way, and we learned what we didn't want to do again. And we decided we wanted to become full-time investors and get our money working for us. And we've been able to find that in this community where we've got the training as well as the opportunities to be able to, learn as we go and participate in equity tokens along the way, which is really, really wonderful. Put some feedback in the chat. Let me know if you're a 1, 2, 3, or a 4. You could be all 1, 2, 3, and 4, or you could be aspiring to be one of these. So give us some feedback and let me know who's in the room, and then I know a little bit more how to detail my presentation to you as well. Thank you for your feedback. We have an investor in the room. Yes, I'm an investor as well. Multidisciplinary investor is one of the titles within our community. We've been able to learn so much. Yes, thank you, Zenny. Investor. So I see we've got some of our long-termers here in the room as well. We've got people from Australia, the USA, the UK, India, I believe, Costa Rica as well, Belarus as well. We have people from all around the world, which is wonderful. We have this global opportunity. Any other country I didn't mention, please, feel free to type that in the chat. I'll give you a shout out as well. So, we have this opportunity to direct our lifestyle the way we want to direct it. So if you want to be an investor, you're definitely in the right place. Let's go to the next slide. So with the business evolution through our community, we've been able to create something called MLCI, or multi-level crowd investing. So taking the best of traditional business and network marketing, creating the best parts of those and putting it into a system called MLCI, which is the best of everything, basically. You have the opportunity to run a business. We have options for business in a box within our community. Network marketing or multi-level marketing is a wonderful lifestyle, to be able to have business meetings over a meal. That's the best way, to share with food and friendship and fellowship, with others. We're not a hard sales company. We're not going to be selling you something and expecting you to run to the front or run to the back. I've been to those high-powered webinars and seminars where, they kind of G you up all the way through, ready to buy the offer and to quickly run before the timer hits 0. We're not like that. We have a little bit more of a relaxed approach because we want you to consider what is right for you. We're not going to sign you up quickly and then expect you, to extract your dollars. We're not those kind of people. We'll give you the opportunity, we'll give you all of the options, and then you go and make up your mind. And then within 24 to 48 hours, you come back to us, or we follow up with you and say, yes, no, or maybe. If it's a yes, great, we get you registered in the company, we help you to get started, we show you where all the training is and all of that sort of thing. If it's a no, maybe it's just a not now. And, potentially we can look at working with you and getting you into a position where you can leave your 9 to 5, your day job, over time. And if it's a maybe, perhaps there's still some questions that you don't have answered. And then we can take the time to sit with you and to go through all of those questions and, answer all of your fears and your doubts and your worries, and look at the problems that you're having and give you some really workable solutions that are going to help you to really go the next level within our community. Let's go to the next slide. So some of the advantages, which I love, I love this community. I love all these advantages, which is why, I'm still here. We've been able to give some really comprehensive financial and business education through our training platform and through our, courses that we do and our weekly webinars, which we want to be able to give you the knowledge, put it in your hand, and then you can pick it up and run with it and pass it on to the next person. And so that we are growing and developing together and building our consumer community, to reach our desired goals, which is 15% of the world population. It's not a small goal. We need as many people on the ground as possible to help us achieve that. And so we're going to give you practical application of acquired knowledge. So we're going to show you what to do, and then we're going to help you do it. And we'll give you some tools that you can use to make it simple and to make it easily duplicatable for you as well. And we look at how do we build that entrepreneurial mindset within our community and work on that personal growth. There's been some great courses I've done over the years. The MLCI Pro was a really wonderful one, with the multi-level crowd investing training that we do within our community as well. There's so many. I mean, maybe some of you on the call can think of your favorite ones and type them in the chat as well. Profi Investor, we've done as well. So many. I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but you might remember the ones that you've done as well. And we look at, diverse business avenues because we want to cover a broad section of the investment market. The main ones, there's 22 sectors of the investment market. So we use those as a guide to pick what is on trend at the time in this current day and age. Like Dennis talked about the RedPad game. So this is on trend. Gaming is a multi-billion-dollar industry. And a lot of you here may already have kids or family or friends that are playing these games, and you're worried that they're just wasting their life away. Well, this opportunity we've created is to give them an income. They can actually get paid to play, and they can learn some life skills along the way, which is really fantastic. It's taking the positive side of gaming as well. And then, there's so many wonderful bonuses in that. They can learn multi-level crowd investing. They can participate in our ecosystem using our global unit payment system, our Unitex exchange, just to name a few. And that's why we've created this holistic view of our system to be able to meet the needs of everybody. We have our perfume as well, which I love. The Everscent brand is our darling project. It's so delightful. And, something for the mums, something for the ladies, something for the men as well, because it is unisex fragrances. And so those opportunities are available, through many diverse areas. We even have health and wellness now through our Eco Health, and also the EPU project, which is an Australian project, which I'm very proud to be a part of and to be, within the scope and guidelines of, helping people. And, those people who are purchasing the units are buying in the pre-sale. They're getting the best price available. And then for years to come, they won't have electricity bills. So they're going to be saving so much money in the future by participating in this, and also getting equity in the company. So as the company grows and develops, it's such a wonderful opportunity to earn dividends down the track as well, which could then start to pay for your family holidays, your children's education, things like that, really replacing your income from your day job by lifestyle choices, putting the fun back into, health and lifestyle and fun and friendship, all those wonderful things, all the fundamentals that we need in our world is in our consumer community. And of course, through the networking opportunity, you get immediate wins. So you get instant income on our Coinset platform, which is tremendous and, really is wonderful. And if you're helping others and you're working as a team, you're being mentored, you're providing mentorship and duplicating the process, it's a win-win-win-win for everybody. And so, you can start for free if you don't have a lot of funds. You can, start where you're at. Basically, I started with $10 7 years ago. I've been able to build a massive portfolio, travel the world, replace my income, and so many wonderful things. So, if I can do it, you can do it too. And so we have rewards as well. We have a loyalty programs within our community, and you can access the financial flow of wealth and the financial flow of the rich. And we teach you how to do those things. And we look for participating in potential projects that are cutting edge and with the highest maximum earning potential. So generally they're startups, and so it might be a mid to long term project, but in time you are going to reap those benefits for many, many, many years. And if you're looking for a short term return, participating in the MLCI will give you instant income. So it's got the best of everything right here in our community. Let's go to the next slide. Let's check in the chat. Okay, so how to turn your goals into reality. So with our bonus plan, this is our business tool, and this is going to help you to build your strategy and your step-by-step tactics to realize your goals. Thank you to our organizer who's sharing the link, where you can find this immediately in your back office if you're already a member. If you're not already a member, please reach out to the person who invited you, and they'll get you signed up and for free and show you where to get started. But looking at how do we correctly build your structure to get the maximum benefits, and there is a process to that. I'm going to show you that as well. And so looking at, where are you now and what do you need to do next? And we'll look at calculating volumes and your commissions, how to effectively plan your business as well, and to choose the best strategy for working with your team. I'm going to give you some tips today, and I'm going to share some secrets from one of my favorite books as well, which is a quick start guide for network marketing. And then we look at, how to create your financial independence and freedom. And some of our other courses go very in-depth in this, and for time we won't have time to go through all of that today, but you can find more information through our platforms as well. Let's go to the next slide. So are you up for a career as an MLCI Pro? Put a 1 in the chat if you'd like to be. Put a 2 in the chat if you already are. And put a 3 in the chat if you don't know what that is. Give me some feedback so I know how to direct this presentation for you. So do we have any MLCI Pros in the room? Anyone? This is not scary. Like, this is quite simple. And what I love about this is, there's no high pressure here. It really is directed by you and for you. And you can choose how far you want to go. You can write your own check. Like, you can set your own goals. Nobody's pushing you. But you do need to push yourself, do need to work with a team and a mentor to lift you up to the next level as well. But the potential earnings within our community, all the way up to president, you could be earning from $100,000 to $1 million, in a month, in 6 months, in a year. It's really up to you. You can decide if you want to go slow or if you want to go fast. And if you do want to go fast, we have options to help you with that for a fast start as well. So let's go to the next slide. I won't belabor too much, just take a print screen of this one. This wealth creation plan is basically your bonus plan. And so you can see what you're going to earn by participating in MLCI. So when you start off and you register for free, you become a user. There's no opportunity to earn an income at that point. If you want to purchase something and just be a client, you can do that as well, but there is no option to earn an income with us. So purely if you just want to participate in some of our projects, you can do that. But if you would like to be part of our community and start to partner with us, then you can start to open up some income. And so from a partner, on your first level, you can earn from 7% and all the way, up. There's no cap here, by the way, total of 21% as a partner. If you only ever get that far, that's okay. But you might want to decide to start to work towards ranking up and giving yourself some accolades or some recognition for your work, and there are some rewards for that, and your income is going to increase along the way as well. So all the way up to president, there's 40% of the total income that comes through our community that is given back to our members. That's our way of sharing a loyalty bonus with you. And, normally a company would use that budget for sales and advertising, marketing. We don't do that. We are the word of mouth people. We're sharing with you, everyday people who share with other everyday people, and give everyone an opportunity to participate and to learn and to grow in this safe zone, if you like. It's a safe community to make mistakes even. If you are not sure what to do, there's coaching and guidance along the way as well. And so everybody can participate. Now, if you're already a seasoned professional and you want to jump in and, smash out the president, you're welcome to do that as well. We definitely want people like that too, because, this will help us to reach further and to help us reach our goals of reaching 15% of the world population, with the vision and the mission of the new economic evolution of the world. Take a print screen of this one. We can come back to it later if need be. But let's go to the next slide, please. So just to give you an idea and a bit of a graphic, most people that want to do MLCI, their first main goal and achievement within our community, the core rank is a consultant. Once you get to consultant, you've sort of done the hard yards, so to speak. You've learned the product. You've learned how to present. You've learned how to share this, without a spammy, scammy, salesy way. You're just sharing with real people, right? And you've been able to rank yourself up to this core level as a consultant. You are a leader in the community. So because of your knowledge base, we're going to reward you even more. We're going to give you more opportunities, and I'm going to talk about those in a few minutes. And then we look at how do we get you into the professional mode and how to train you as a professional speaker, or even your own personal development and overcoming some fears that you may have in speaking or sharing. We'll do all that training. But this is a really wonderful opportunity for you to start earning a decent income now. So to do that, you will need 2 agents direct to you, and 2 agents can be indirect, but they must be on 4 lines. So they can be 4 direct, or they can be 2 direct and 2 somewhere underneath somebody else in your structure, not necessarily on your first level. Okay, hopefully I've made that clear for you. So it's quite simple to do. And you also need to be an agent to qualify. So first a rank is agent and then a consultant. So, the potential to earn incomes from your level 6 and beyond, which is what I love about this community. It's kind of flipped it on its head. The more people in your network, the more money you're going to make. They're going to cap your earnings in any way. So, which is wonderful. So let's go to the next slide. So if you were to visualize yourself and to start to write down, if you're just starting right now, or perhaps you're starting again, you can take a print screen of this. You can print it out on your paper if you like, or have a digital copy, and you write your name in the top. So your first leader rank, your goal is to earn enough or to participate with 500 units or 500 US dollars. So that's going to get you to your core rank of a consultant. Then you're going to have 4 agents underneath you. So for those people to have, to become an agent, they need to have 2 partners with a minimum purchase of 200 units each. So this is really, really achievable. These numbers are so low compared to all of the other options out there. This is really quite simple to achieve. And you might not have any funds, but you can work and create the funds. You might have money sitting in the bank, which is earning silly 0 interest, and it could be better spent, better invested into something, some other opportunity. So you're not spending this money on your rank. You're actually purchasing products in our consumer community, which are either going to give you products, or plus they're going to give you equity participation, the opportunity to earn dividends in the future as well. So, this is a really great investment in yourself and others. Let's go to the next slide. So let's look at how we set our goal setting and what is a SMART formula. We want to be specific, be able to track your progress, and for you to achieve your goals. So S is for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for relevant, and T for time bound. So if you remember that when you're writing out a goal, this will keep it really, really simple for you and help you to be on point and to reach your goals faster. If anyone wants to give us an example in the chat, please do share. What is a SMART goal that you have? You might want to write it out in this formula using the SMART formula, and give us some feedback and share, what is this working for you? Have you tried this? Do you now want to try it? And then perhaps give us some feedback next time as well. So this is really, really great way to track your progress as well. Let's go to the next slide. So here's a very quick example. I'm not going to take too long on this one. So be quick and be ready if you've got the answer. If your first goal is $500, you need to create this revenue. What is the sales volume do you need from your first level? If you remember back to the wealth creation plan that we looked at earlier, and your commission from level 1 is 8%, and your rank is a consultant. Can anyone tell me the answer? Let's go to the next slide. I don't want to take too long because I know we've already been sitting for quite a while. So let's go to the next slide. We're going to share the answer really quickly. Make a note of this one. So the answer is your first level volume should be 6,250 units. All right, so how do you calculate that? This is the formula. Take 500, times it by 100, and then by 8, it equals 6250. So that's if you wanted to become a consultant, that's your target. Being really, really specific there, you can work through that. Let's go to the next slide. And so if 4,000 is your goal, what sales volume do you need from your 3 levels? Now, bearing in mind, we're going to get down to the 3rd level here, and your commission from level 1 is 8%, level 2 is 8%, and also level 3 is 5% once you've achieved your goal as consultant. Can anyone work out these numbers? I know some of you have seen this example before and might have the answer, but let me do it for you. So let's go to the next slide. So here's the answer. So your first level volume should be 5,000. Now, this is just an example. It could be any mixture of these as well. Your second level, 15,000. Your third level, 48,000. And you'd be surprised how quickly you can come to these numbers as well. So looking at the calculation formula, if it was 5,000 at 8%, it's 400. 15,000 at 8% is 1,200, and 48,000 by 5% is 2,400. So giving us the desired total, which was our initial goal. So hopefully that was helpful to you. And some people get lost in the numbers. And I remember I wasn't very good at this when I first started either. And I just kind of went on a bit of a wing and a prayer. I didn't really have a plan, but I've learned to plan along the way. So if planning scares you, don't worry. You can learn that. It's a skill, and you'll learn that, as you grow and develop in this community. Let's go to the next slide. So let's have a look at using leverage in your business. So take a print screen of this one. This is really, really interesting. So if you have a look at the 2x2 model, we start off on our first level with 2 people, which is what I did. I started with 2 people. I remember I put a note on Facebook, and I got 20 people responded, and I was really surprised. And I thought, wow, that worked fast. I've tried lots of different things, and that didn't really work before. And so I started with 2 people. And I helped those 2 people get 2 more people, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And, eventually, from just 2 people, you can share, help them to share with 2 more, et cetera, et cetera. You can get 510 people, in a very, very short time. Now, if you go on a 3x3 model, you can very quickly get to 9,810 partners in your network. This is the beauty of leverage. Now, you build the network once, and every opportunity we offer through our Coinset platform, you have the opportunity for people who've come in your network to purchase. You will get paid. So it's a wonderful model. It's really quite unique. Nothing else out there like this. And so very, very quickly, all of those little incomes can add up to quite a lot, which will help you on your career ladder if you would like to progress with us and become an MLCI Pro as well. So looking at the model 4x4 partners, you can very quickly, by sharing with 4 people who share with 4 more, who share with 4 more, et cetera, get over 87,000 people in your network. This is incredible leverage. Now, our model, our wealth creation plan is set up on a 4x4 model, but you're not limited to that. You can have 100 people in your front line. You can have 10 people. You can have 30 people. It's really up to you. But if you use the example of a 5x5, just by adding that one more person on your first level, you could end up with nearly 500,000 partners in your network, which is incredible, right? So, I've been able to achieve this quite easily and have more than 100,000 people in my structure, in my network, in more than 150 countries. And obviously, I didn't put all of those people into my network. I shared with a few people who shared with a few more, who shared with a few more, and it very, very quickly grew. So this is the beauty of this business building strategy, and it's very unique to multi-level crowd investing. So take a print screen of that one and make sure you print that one out and give yourself a SMART goal to achieve this quite quickly too. Let's go to the next slide. So if you focus on growing your skills, what are some of the things that you need to do? Maybe you can write in the chat, what you're doing currently or what you plan to do this year as something different that you maybe haven't tried before. And perhaps there's an idea in here for you to now push you to the next level. So networking and meetings is a fun thing to do. Personally, I love, meeting in the coffee shop or the restaurant, having coffee or lunch or breakfast or dinner with somebody, in a bit of a relaxed environment. These high pressure sales presentations and meetings is not really my style. I've been there, I've done that, and sometimes they're a win and sometimes they're not. It really is up to you, but, you've got to find where you fit in. But this is a great model, to do the presentation, to do the webinar, to do workshops and masterclasses, and you can do that. If you don't have the skills already, you can learn the skills and we can help you with that within this community. If you would like to organize a conference, now this is like having a big party with all of your friends. So you invite your speakers, you have gifts and giveaways, you have maybe a meal or supper or something to share with people and, make it a fun time. It doesn't have to be boring. But, doing these ground floor business ways of doing it, we don't have to be stuck in a box. We can be creative. We've done things where we've done boat cruises and things like that, having a fun day out. And, these are ideas that you could implement or, do something different, go on a tour or, travel to a conference together and bring all your teams together. These are wonderful ways to have fun, to see the world and to really grow and develop as a leader in your community too. And then, of course, you have the opportunity to become a regional representative or a local leader council representative or an ambassador for one of our brands. Top leaders are the people who've achieved the ranking within our community. They're vice presidents, they're presidents, they're top leaders. These are the people that have been around. They love the vision and the mission, and they're working together as a team, and they're willing to train others and help others within our community. And you can aspire to do that too and be part of the new movement. So there's many other opportunities if you want to open a country. if you want to start a franchise, if you've got your own business idea you'd like to bring to our Coinset platform, if you know someone who has a business, you can bring that person. If you've got somebody, who's an expert in digital assets and the blockchain and security tokens and all of that, which is the new trend we're moving into, bring those people into our fold and let's work together as a team to create the new economic evolution of the world. That's why we're here. So let's go to the next slide. So let's have a look at exploring the options. So you can be a partner, you can work with us, you can access all of the training, you can get support from your leaders, you can get, some limited in the marketing plan, but still very good bonuses and available to you. You don't need to pay for a website or a back office. It's all free. So pretty much you get all of this given to you like a business in a box, so to speak, just to get you started. And so, see if you like it, and if you want to do this part-time, you can as well. If you want to grow and develop into a leader, that's definitely, you're in the right place, because everything that a partner has and more, there's unlimited earnings from your entire structure here. And you can unlock so many levels within our community, becoming a leader, an ambassador, a representative, an international speaker, if that's what you would like to do as well. You can introduce your own projects, but only when you reach the status of a leader. So, we make it fair for everybody, that everybody has an equal opportunity here, that you can come through the ranks and you can become the next project manager. We've seen some great examples of that recently in our community with our Australian team, with Ian and Aidan, with their EPU project. They've been through the MLCI, they've worked, in the back area of leadership as well. And then they've brought their own project. Same with Cam and Devon in the USA, with their project, Evo Health. This is something they're very, very passionate about. And they're big builders in MLCI, and they've had this opportunity now. And so you can do that too. That's just two examples, and there's many, many, many more. Let's go to the next slide. So what are you going to choose? It's really up to you. Do you want a fair and equitable system that you can work in, one where you're not having to, the dog eat dog world, the 9 to 5, the grind, the rat race of life. We want to give you this, equal opportunity to participate at your level and to show you how you can grow and develop in our community by being a participant and helping us to share the vision and the mission too in our community. So currently, if you're stuck in a dead-end job and you're looking for another option, would it be okay for us to give you another option? And, what would you choose? Where would you fit in? Where do you see yourself now? And looking at all of the options presented already, can you get the vision? Sometimes it's one thing to see the vision, but to catch the vision is really what you need to run to the next level. Let's go to the next slide. So we want to make it really simple for you. And so we've created a step-by-step guide. And we love that we can use QR codes now. You can put your phone camera on there and get all the information straight away. But, really to grasp the values of MLCI, you do need to do a little bit of research for yourself. Make sure that the mission and the alignment is in, with your own vision. If you can see yourself with us achieving your goals. I know Marlene shared earlier, one of her goals was to have an orphanage in Uganda. She's something she's very passionate about. And, for her to be able to achieve that, she's looking at using MLCI as a way of creating the income and potentially bringing that opportunity to Uganda, to bring prosperity and wealth to the people as well, not just helping the orphan children, but helping the whole community. Perhaps there wouldn't be so many orphans if mum and dad were okay. We're looking at the whole family. How do we help everybody? And there's something for everybody here. So if that's something you'd like to do, connect with a professional MLCI pro, work with a local leader. get some insight, get some mentoring, work with your upline, the person who invited you here as well. Of course, they are going to give you great insight into, you know, how they've been able to do it. And look at all of the resources as well. And try to streamline as well. You know, what skills do you have now? What finance do you have now? And what time do you have now? And you know, what skills do you want? How much time freedom would you like, and how much money do you need? Once you can identify those things, you can basically have a look at our wealth creation plan and write your own check if that's what you want to do. So definitely working with your goal setting, having a look at some, you know, short-term, mid-term, and long-term objectives through MLCI. You don't have to go fast. You can go slow. You can go fast if you want, and there's some fast track. There is a fast track. I'd love to do the fast track. I'll work with anyone who wants to do that. You know, hit me up. I'm prepared to help. But, you know, really engage with the community and look for support and best practices. If you see someone doing something wrong, obviously don't copy that. We've had some of those in the past. You know, we get all sorts of people in our community. We love everybody. You know, sometimes the best intentions are not always there as well. So, you know, be wise about it. You know, work with people you can work with who have integrity, who have the skills that you desire, and look at upskilling yourself through that. So definitely stay updated. We have so much news in our community, and we're, you know, looking at the market trends and the industry shifts, and we're ready to pivot, you know, at a moment's notice sometimes because of the way the world is. We have to be ahead of the curve. And a lot of what we do here is pioneering new industries. And so it's not for the faint-hearted. You know, you do need to be brave-hearted in our community. And you need to be able to be resilient and embrace some challenges. Not always easy. You're going to have some hard times. You're going to have some good days. You're going to have some bad days, you know, but being willing to adapt, be innovative and creative, you know, and never give up, you know, persevere. If you set your goal, don't give up. You know, be consistently consistent, you know, do something every day. Talk to 2 to 4 to 5 people every day, and your business will soon grow. Of course, you want to celebrate your wins along the way and acknowledge all the achievements of others, and boosting morale within your team is really, really important as well. And keep learning, everyone. You know, maintain that thirst for knowledge. Like, I don't think you ever really know everything. As soon as you know something, something else is new, and then there's something new to learn. So, you know, be open to that. And do participate in the trainings that we have, because this will really strengthen your journey with our MLCI business and give you a chance to realize your dreams sooner. Remember, we talked a little bit about your dream. Hopefully you wrote it down. What is your why? You know, why you're here? What do you want to achieve? And, you know, look at that, you know, start to focus on what you want. If you're always looking at what you don't have or what you don't want, you're going to be creating and attracting those things. So, you know, be disciplined in yourself. Dennis talked about the discipline of an athlete earlier. You know, be disciplined, you know, have your own agenda for your own purpose and your own life plan. And you know, you're the best judge of you. And as long as you're getting better and better every day, better than you were yesterday, you're winning. And that's a wonderful thing to do. Let's go to the next slide. So we have a little bit of news for you, and not a lot of news. There is a lot of news, but not today. We're not sharing too much. If we go to the next slide. Of course, you can keep up with the news in your back office, so there's always news there. But congratulations to everybody who participated in the Christmas promotion, as is now over. And so if you have qualified, there are some things you need to do. So for new people, you would automatically be getting those bonuses, extra bonuses on top that was in the qualifying period. But if you have been around the community for a while, you will need to fill in the form. And so you need to remind us what you've been able to achieve on this last promotional period. So the promotion ended at the 16th of January. It ran from the 1st of December last year. And so that was a 2-week promotion. So well done to all of you if you have earn some extra funds. Tell us what you're going to do with those, or, maybe you want to start something new, or you want to get some more equity in the project, or maybe you want to travel to our next event, start to save for travel in the future to rank yourself up and become a leader and be rewarded on the stage with us. So well done, everyone. Really appreciate that. Let's go to the next slide. I think this is a QR code for RedPad Games on the left, I believe, and also Coinset on the right. So these are the Telegram chats, which will get you up to speed with all of the news at the press of a button. And you can quickly share this with your team as well. If you've got your own group or chat somewhere, you can quickly forward the information. Invite your teams to come in and join these Telegram channels as well. Of course, it's wonderful to have so many projects. And so just two that we're sharing today are the RedPad games and also the Coinset platform. Let's go to the next slide. So that's it from me today. But before I go, I just want to quickly share something from one of my favorite books. Now, this is from a quick start guide for network marketing. And this is from Big Owl Schreider. I don't know if anyone knows him. I remember I was invited to see him in a conference. I was expecting a really big guy. But he's actually quite small, little man, humble, beautiful soul, but very clever, very smart. They call him Big Owl. And he wrote this book, Quick Start Guide for Network Marketing. I don't know where you buy it now, but I got this personally from him. But I want to look at just in the book, talking about a reality check. And I think we all need these, constantly we need a reality check. It says, our encounters with prospects are not win-lose, live or die situations. Instead, we politely give prospects one more option for their lives. So we're sharing something wonderful. And when we approach prospects with this viewpoint, there's no more rejection, no more fear, no more sleazy salesman feelings. Instead, we feel obligated to talk to our prospects. We don't want to feel as if we are withholding options from their lives. If you found something really good, you want to share it, right? So think about our family and friends. Some may want an extra income in their lives and some may not, and that's okay. We shouldn't make up their minds for them. So we need to give them the opportunity. And just by sharing in a caring and friendly way, we notify them that an extra income opportunity exists. And if they want to know more, they can have a conversation with us. And if they don't want to know more, everything will remain the same in their lives. So, we're not going to stress people out. We're not going to be that salesy, person, when they see you walking down the street, they swap sides. You don't want to do that. It's just sharing the love, sharing with kindness, sharing with compassion and empathy. Some people have real problems, and we have the solutions here. So just give them the opportunity. If they say no, that's okay. It might be, not a no, but a not now. It might be someone you could work with in the future and perhaps ask them, may I share with you some information? Would you like to get a bit more information? Can I email you or send you something? Or can I give you a call in the future? And just leave it with them. Like, you don't have to be pushy. Give them the opportunity. And of course, that's helping you, it's helping them, it's helping us. It's a win-win for everybody. So that's all from me today. Hopefully you found that helpful. If you're watching the recording, please share with your friends as well. And we look forward to when we can be with you again next time. Take care, everybody. Stay well, stay healthy. Bye for now. God bless.